Like all of them.
At some point,
Shorty.
In the previous episode, we visited the director of the everydogmatters.org Foundation, Ivanka Patterson, and I'm with Ivanka again today. She's been director of Every Dog Matters for the last 4 years. She's been a fantastic servant of the foundation and helping our dogs here. And last week we met Tulip, the dog who had been shot in the face with a shotgun. She's a beautiful girl, very sweet, living a great life, her best life possible here. Thank you for that. And the dog we're going to meet today is yet another one of your rescues. You have quite a few.
Indeed.
And today we're going to meet the three-legged dog, Bella. And we're going to find out her condition when she was born, why we think she was born that way, what corrective measures needed to be taken, how she coped with all of that. She had some issues apart from the leg, a little bit more about three-legged dogs and mobility for dogs and how she's living her life today. So Ivanka, tell us a bit about how Bella came into your life and what happened in that first introduction, the first period when you found out about her.
Actually, Bella is another extremely dear to my heart dog. I mean, they all are, but because she is the dog that brought me to Every Dog Matters. Back in 2021, early summer, it was June, I believe, you guys had posted on your Facebook that you're looking for a foster for her because she was an extremely teeny tiny baby that was born with an extremely deformed front left leg. And you were looking for a foster home for her until she grows big enough so that her front leg could be amputated. And my husband and I, being crazy enough for animals, looked at each other. We had back then already taken Karakachan dog, but she doesn't go along well with large dogs like her, but she's amazing with babies. So we looked at each other and we said, hi, River is great with babies, so why not? And so I contacted you guys, and sure enough, we agreed that you're going to bring her and that we will foster her. We only agreed that we really want to meet the dogs in a neutral territory so that River can accept her well enough. And our surprise when we went on the street below, just here under our house, to meet her, I remember our colleague Sabine brought her and we were like, where's the dog? And Sabine showed me a cat carrier. She's like, here. Bella was smaller than a kitten. She was a teeny tiny thing. And I was like, wow, like really? Like on the photos, she was looking so much bigger. It really couldn't give the justice. She was adorable, very teeny tiny, and her leg was so deformed that it was giving her really a huge discomfort. She couldn't put any weight on her. It was giving her a very false sense of security. So every time she was trying to put any weight on it, she was basically tumbling down. And she, of course, being a baby, wanted to play with the others. She was trying to chase them and run around. And it was always ending up in falling down, or she was running around in the little bushes or even in the garden in the grass, and it was getting caught. So it was pretty uncomfortable for her. So a few months later, we just waited for her to grow big enough. And we went to an appointed clinic by the shelter, and we just got it done. Only that we really liked her a lot, and instead of returning her to the shelter, we decided to keep her as a foster family until she finds suitable family for her. Only that this moment did never come.
It's a common story when we will find a good home for that animal. Turns out to be your own home. I had some experience with that.
It did.
Yep.
After that, I got pregnant, and when I was giving birth, when the contractions really started and I was still at home, my other dogs, they were just sleeping, not caring, and Bella was the only one that really came to me, and she was really licking my face, and she was trying to give me comfort in any possible way she could. She was so sweet to me. that this sealed the deal for me, and I couldn't part with her anymore. So she just turned 4 on the 20th of April.
Good morning, Bobichon. Good morning, Bobichon. Are you having a good time? Are you having fun, Boo-boo? Sit. Sit.
One of the things people may not realize about three-legged dogs, when a dog moves, all of the weight is on those 2 front legs.
Yes.
So if a dog loses that, mobility is much more difficult.
Yes.
But if a dog loses a back leg, balance-wise it's much easier, and the dog can even run semi-normally if it loses a back leg, but front leg, mobility-wise, is a harder thing for them to deal with. After the operation, the amputation, what happened then? How did she adjust?
Actually, it wasn't difficult for her at all because she was already born with a defective leg that she couldn't use straight from the beginning. So in her case, it wasn't difficult at all. I would even say that initially after the surgery, she had first few weeks were a bit difficult until the wound just healed. But after that, I think she felt a feeling of relief and freedom because she could run freely and she was just felt lighter in a way.
Okay.
But her case, I would like to bring it up a little bit better because she is like a tiny Malinois, Belgian Shepherd. And what we suspect happened is that she was overbred. So she was born with defective leg because she was most likely bred with a relative, cousin, brother. Okay. Like her mother was bred with a close relative.
Yep.
And that's why she's basically product of an overbreeding. Unfortunately, in Bulgaria, there are plenty of unregulated breeders. And still the unregulated selling of animals is everywhere, which is a huge issue. Everybody can buy a dog basically from any platform, which is a huge problem because then dogs like Bella are born. And when they have seen that they cannot earn any money from her because she is born with a serious defect that is very extremely visible, they had trashed her on the highway between Plovdiv and Sofia. And for such a teeny tiny thing to survive on a highway, what are the chances? 0. Thank God some people have noticed her and they have scooped her up. And in her case, it has been even worse because we don't know how long she has been outside, but she had also contracted parvoviruses, which in such case, in babies, to contract that virus and to survive, chances are really minimal.
It's extremely serious.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
But in her case, she did survive. But I'm not going to lie, there are consequences for her. Her muzzle became gray at the age of 2. This is not normal. Dogs, they gray out when they become senior dogs.
Yep.
It's not normal for a dog at the age of 2 to become gray. She also has a lot of gastrointestinal issues. Every now and then her back legs just stop functioning well and she started having bunny hops. Also, at the age of 2, she started suffering from hypothyroidism. So she's taking a hormone for her thyroid gland every single day. So I need to monitor her hormone every 6 months. So it's not normal for such a young dog to have so many issues. But this is what overbreeding leads to. We are not against purebred dogs by any means. There are people who go after the purebred because of different reasons. It can be the physical aspect or because of they want a working dog. There's nothing bad in that. But just please be responsible and go to a licensed breeder so that you can get a healthy dog.
Sure.
Because unfortunately most likely Bella is not going to have a long life because of that.
Now, if you like what we're trying to do with homeless dogs here in Eastern Europe and with dog shelters and the care of dogs everywhere, please follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Just share our stories. We really appreciate that. In the next episode, we're going to meet another one of Ivanka's rescue dogs. It's a long list. We've got to get through quite a few.
Still shelter dog?
Quite a few dogs we've got to get through there. We're going to meet Mars, who, even though he looks, if you just passed him on the street, you think this is a completely normal healthy dog, nothing bad has ever happened to him, but that's not the case.
No.
He went through an awful lot of stuff,
Yes.
and we're going to find out all about Mars in the next episode. So I hope to see you there, and I hope to see you following us and sharing us on the social media channel that you like.
Hi, Bella. What you doing, baby? You napping? Hi, Susu. Hi, Bella. Are you tired from playing in bed? Are you tired from playing all day? Hi, Bella. Hi, Susu. Hi. Hello. Oh. Snuggle bug. What's a snuggle bug? Where's a snuggle bug?